Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello friends, my name is Hamid. Today I'm working on this speed oven or microwave with the convection oven on it. The customers complain us that the microwave works perfectly fine, but the oven part is not working. The convection part is not working. She also mentioned there was 2 companies before us in the past. Even when the unit was in warranty, it would work on and off. Every time the technician came here, I guess they saw everything was working and they left the customer house. So she was having lots of problems, and then I was here last week, found the problem, and I'll show you how to fix this issue. The first thing you want to do is turn off the power to the unit. There's a microwave tray. You will pull this out, and then you take your screws out and pull the unit out and test your components. On both sides there was 2 Phillips screws. I pulled these out, and then now I can pull the unit out. The power is off from the breaker, but we will pull the unit out, unplug it, put it right here. I have my blanket ready here, and then we will work on it. I will pull the unit out, you unplug it for me. Okay, so we're going to take all of this panel and these panels out. That's it. Here's the multimeter.
Okay, select the continuity here.
Here you can see the continuity is selected on the meter, and he's gonna check the okay, so there's also a button we're gonna press until we see that the speaker, and then we can check our probes together to make sure it's beeping. Yeah, it's beeping. And now we can disconnect one of the wires from the micro switch. Okay, you can disconnect one wire. We are getting continuity on the switch, and now he's gonna open the door. The door is open. You can open it fully, that's okay. Yeah. And now we should not have any continuity if the switch is working. So this switch test passed. The switch is working. You can close the door, and now we are going to go on the left hand side. You can always turn it. Take it.
Check this.
Yeah, he's gonna check the two top micro switches. One is on the top, one is at the bottom, and see how they are. When you're checking your micro switches, always disconnect one of the wires just to get a proper reading. Between between this pin on the micro switch and this pin, we do not have any reading. But now when we open the door, we should have a continuity here. Hold it, and here. You hear that beep noise? And when I close it, we should not have any continuity. The switch is okay. You can do the bottom test. We have continuity on the bottom switch. When I open the door, we should not have any. This switch is also okay. Looks good. And now here I'll show you the thermal fuse on top of the magnetron. You want to check this for continuity. Okay, it's okay. Here's a thermal fuse at the back here. When I was here, let me see, make sure I have it on the video. Here's the safety fuse, or they call it thermal fuse. The port number is the temperature regulator, they call it. Here's the port. That's the port. And this port is responsible for the convection element. If the convection element is not working, you want to check this port. The customer's complaint was the convection port was not working. When I got here last week, I checked this thermal fuse or temperature regulator. And I'll show you the pins on it. If you look at the pin, see how loose they are. That's why the technician can get tricked on these parts easily, because when you go in a customer house, everything would be looking like this, but in fact it will not be working, because these the temperature sensors, they, if you call it their thermal fuse or high limit thermostat, they only give you the bad reading when it's under the load. If you're just testing it while the unit is in off position, even if it's defective, it will still show you that it's working. So I was able to find out that one of these pins were loose. It was still giving me good reading, and then I decided to order it and replace it. So here. In the meantime, I put a little bit of electrical tape here at the back to make sure customer is safe. And I also told the customer that you cannot use the unit until we replace this part. just for fun, double check your new part for continuity to make sure it's working. If you ever find this part being bad or defective, do not order this part unless you confirm to make sure this is the only problem. You do not have any problem with the back part, with the control board or anything. To confirm that this is the only problem, you can bypass it, disconnect these wires from here and add a jumper wire. Have a wire similar to this and use it as a jumper wire. You hook up one wire here, one pin here, the another one here, and leave it like this. If you're not feeling safe, you can always add a little bit of electrical tape here and there, that way you're safe, and then let it sit like this. Then you can go to the front of the unit, turn on the convection, and then see how the temperature is. If the temperature is rising, you know that the problem is the only this part, and then just order it and replace it. When we are installing these wires, be careful with these insulations. Just reinstall it back in, because sometimes when you're pulling this pin out, the wire out from the pin, this insulation goes back. You do not want it here because the back panel is also there. Just to be safe, you bring this insulation back in. I wouldn't do that first. Maybe install this pin so you can see it, and then you can bring your insulation back in and you're ready to go. The wires, do not leave the wires hanging like this. Bring it at the bottom here, the same thing, so this way you're safe. Okay, you can put the back panel back in. And another tip, you see at the bottom of this back panel, you got two little small clips. They go at the bottom of the microwave. You see those holes in there? I'll show you on there. You see that hole? He's pointing his finger. That's the place you want to add these. You see this? It's supposed to go right there in that hole, and then you can reinstall your one screw at the center. Here's another part on top of the thermal, top of the magnetron. It's the thermal fuse, KSD 160. You can see this part was also not in good shape. While we were trying to test it, the pin came off and it broke. I have another one here. This part also gave us continuity, which was okay, and then it broke while we were trying to pull this connector out. You can see that burn mark on the connector also indicates that this part was overheating, so it's gonna work fine now after we just install a new one here. He's gonna put one more screw and it's ready to go. The reason I bend these pins down because of the top cover that comes here. If it was towards up, then it would cause issues. It would touch the panel. So I bent it down. It's okay now. There's also a 500 milliamp fuse in here. If you ever have problem with these units not heating, after checking your microwave switches, you can always check this fuse. It's a 500 milliamp, and usually this breaks and then it will not heat. Lainoa pasvaa mäkin ja tästä.
Joo.
Looks okay.
Yes.
One is goes here, one goes on the other side. Let's check. Yeah, looks good. From the place where you take the screw out, you wanna install your screw back again on the same hole. If you make a new hole, then the microwave will not look nice and there will be a alignment issue. If you can't see the hole, you can always use a flashlight to line up the screw, and then you can use your drill. Can you see the hole there?
No.
Okay, I'll check.
Yeah, now I can see.
You can see it? When you're installing the microwave, always check it to make sure it's lining up with the oven. Also from both sides, run your hand to make sure they're straight and you're good. Now we'll test the convection on this and see how it goes.
Convection, and then just start.
So I have it on 325. Customer mentioned that it would not go very high. It would take a long time before it reaches the temperature, right?
There's that, but plus it would only go 1 bar.
Okay. You see these little small bars? These bars, it would not reach 1. Right now, within a couple of seconds, it's already on number 3. So that tells me that the unit is working fine. And the model and serial numbers are also, you can find it from the bottom sometime, and sometimes it's on that side. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope this repair would help you too. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hamid Appliances Repair. Thank you.